Is this where you are right now? You're somewhere between 60 and 80 years old, maybe a little older, and you're looking at your bank account or thinking about your future, and there's no cushion there, no retirement fund built up over the years, none of that security you might have hoped for, or planned for, or maybe just never got around to. It's a scary feeling. Isn't it? A knot forms in your stomach when you think about what comes next, about paying for everyday things, about unexpected costs, about just living comfortably. The thought can feel overwhelming, like you've missed the boat entirely and there's nothing left to be done. Society often tells us we should have had it all sorted out by now, and if we haven't, well, that's just too bad. But that feeling, that heavy weight of worry, doesn't have to be the end of the story. It's a painful reality for many, far more common than you might think. And it's easy to feel isolated and hopeless. But what if I told you that even from this position, there are practical, achievable steps you can take right now to build a foundation for a more secure future? It's not a magic fix, but it is a path forward, built on resilience and smart choices. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 essential steps that can genuinely make a difference, offering you a roadmap to regain control and build security. Even if you're starting from scratch at this stage in life, these aren't complex financial maneuvers. They're grounded, actionable strategies designed for where you are today. Stick with me until the very end, because I'm going to share something with you that might genuinely surprise you and change how you see this whole situation. Let's dive right into the very first step. And honestly, this one is perhaps the most crucial and often the most uncomfortable: getting brutally honest about your current financial picture and implementing drastic expense reduction. I know. Nobody likes to hear about cutting back, especially when you feel like you might already be living lean. But this isn't about minor adjustments. It's about a thorough, almost forensic examination of where every single penny is going. Pull out your bank statements, your credit card bills, your receipts from the last few months. Grab a notebook or a simple spreadsheet. Go through every transaction. Circle everything that isn't absolutely essential for survival. I mean, rent or mortgage, basic utilities like heat and water, essential food, and necessary medical expenses. Everything else needs to be scrutinized. That daily coffee run, the magazine subscriptions, the streaming services you barely watch, the meals out, the clothes you don't need, even things like elaborate cable packages or higher-tier phone plans. It's time to be ruthless, at least initially. Think of this as emergency triage for your finances. This isn't about deprivation forever. It's about creating immediate breathing room. Can you call your service providers, your internet company, your phone provider, your insurance company, and ask if there are cheaper plans available? You'd be surprised how often they can offer something if you explain your situation or even mention considering switching. Look at your grocery bill. Are there cheaper alternatives? Buying in bulk for staples, shopping at discount stores, planning meals to avoid waste, cooking simple, nutritious food at home instead of relying on convenience foods or takeaways. Every little bit adds up. We're talking about potentially freeing up hundreds, maybe even thousands, a month by identifying and eliminating non-essential spending. This step also involves creating a bare-bones budget. Once you see exactly where your money is going, you can create a plan for where it should go. Prioritize those absolute essentials. What's left if there's nothing left? Or worse, you're spending more than you earn. That's the painful truth we need to confront, because it means income generation is the next critical piece, which we'll get to in a moment. But even if there is a small amount left, the goal of this first step is to maximize the difference between what comes in and what goes out by focusing relentlessly on the goes out part. This might mean saying no to social events that cost money, finding free entertainment, walking or using public transport instead of driving, or carpooling. It requires discipline. Yes, but it also brings a sense of control back into a situation that feels out of control. It's about making conscious choices about your money, rather than letting it simply disappear. Now, cutting expenses can only go so far. If there's a significant gap, or if you're living on very little, The next step has to be focused on bringing more money in and doing it relatively quickly. This is step 2, exploring immediate income generation. At 60 or 70 or 80, the idea of starting a new career might seem daunting or impossible. And for many, it is. But this isn't necessarily about a full-time, high-stress job. It's about finding ways to leverage your skills, your experience, and your time to earn some income. Think about what you know how to do. Have you worked in administration? Maybe you could offer virtual assistant services to small local businesses or individuals for a few hours a week. Are you good with people? Retail or customer service often have part-time positions available that might suit someone looking for fewer hours. Do you have a particular skill? Maybe you're a great cook, a skilled gardener, good at fixing things, or excellent with pets. Could you offer catering for small events, gardening services, handyman help, or pet sitting or dog walking in your neighborhood? Are you good with children? Tutoring younger students or offering babysitting services is always in demand. Even something as simple as offering to run errands for homebound neighbors can bring in a little bit of money. Consider online platforms. Websites exist for freelancers offering all sorts of services, from writing and editing to graphic design and data entry. If you're comfortable with computers, there are often opportunities for remote customer service roles. Taking calls from home, it requires some patience to navigate these platforms. But the potential is there. Don't underestimate the value of your life experience and accumulated wisdom. Often, businesses or individuals are looking for reliability and a strong work ethic, qualities that come with age and experience. Could you consult on something you know well? Mentor someone? Share your expertise in some way? The key here is to start small, maybe just a few hours a week, and build from there. Even an extra few $100s a month can make a world of difference when you're living on a tight budget. It can cover those unexpected bills, allow for a small buffer, or just ease the constant pressure. Don't be afraid to talk to people you know, friends, family, former colleagues. Let them know you're looking for opportunities to earn some extra income. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful, especially in local communities. Putting yourself out there, even if it feels a bit uncomfortable at first, is a necessary part of building this security. It's about being proactive and looking for every legitimate opportunity to increase the money coming in, no matter how small it might seem individually, because combined with cutting expenses, these small income streams start to build a much stronger financial picture than you had before. We've talked about the crucial first step of cutting costs drastically, and the second step of finding ways to bring in immediate income. Now, let's build on that foundation because simply balancing the budget might not be enough for long-term security. This brings us to step 3, leveraging existing assets and potentially downsizing. Wait, when I talk about assets, I'm not necessarily talking about huge investment portfolios. Remember, this scenario is about having no traditional savings, but you likely have assets in other forms. Think about everything you own. Your home, if you own one, is the most significant potential asset. But even things like vehicles, furniture, collectibles, or items you simply don't use anymore have value. Could you sell things you no longer need or use? Hold a garage sale. List items on online marketplaces. Sell them to consignment shops. It might not bring in a fortune, but clearing out clutter and generating some cash provides immediate relief and frees up space. Literally and metaphorically. Every bit counts when you're in this situation. Now, let's talk about your home. If you own it, this is a difficult conversation for many, as a home holds so much emotional value and represents stability. But if you are living in a larger home than you need, the cost of maintaining it, heating and cooling it, property taxes, and potential repairs can be a significant drain on limited finances. Could downsizing be an option? Selling a larger, more expensive home and moving to a smaller, more manageable one, perhaps in a less expensive area, could free up a substantial amount of capital. This lump sum could be used to eliminate any existing debt, create an emergency fund, and even provide some money to live on for a period, taking the pressure off immediate income needs. It's a big decision, one that requires careful thought and often involves emotional considerations. But it's a powerful tool for unlocking trapped wealth. Even if selling isn't an option, could you leverage your current home in other ways? Could you rent out a spare room? Taking in a lodger provides a steady stream of income and can also offer companionship and a sense of shared security. There are schemes in some areas that match older homeowners with younger people looking for affordable housing, sometimes in exchange for help around the house. This isn't for everyone, but it's a possibility to consider. The goal of this step is to look at everything you possess with a practical eye and see how it could be converted into financial stability, whether through selling unneeded items or making a significant change like downsizing your living situation. It's about making your assets work for you now, to provide that essential buffer you currently lack. Moving on from looking internally at our own resources. Step 4 is about looking outwards and actively seeking the help that is available to you. Many people are hesitant to ask for help or feel embarrassed, but there are government benefits and community support systems specifically designed to assist older adults who find themselves without sufficient savings. You have paid into these systems throughout your working life, and now is the time to see what you are entitled to. Start by exploring government benefits. Are you eligible for a state pension or Social Security benefits? Even if you had gaps in your employment history or didn't earn a high income, you might still be entitled to something, perhaps a minimum amount. Contact the relevant government agencies in your country or region and schedule an appointment to discuss your eligibility. Don't assume you won't qualify. These systems can be complex to navigate, but there are often free advisory services available to help you understand what you might be able to claim and assist you with the application process. This could include not only pension or Social Security payments, but also benefits related to housing costs, energy bills, or healthcare, beyond national benefits. Explore local council or municipal programs. Many areas have schemes to help older residents with things like property tax relief, discounted public transport, or assistance with home repairs. There are often charitable organizations and nonprofits dedicated to supporting seniors. They might offer help with food costs like food banks or meal delivery services, transportation to appointments, or even small grants for essential needs. Don't overlook church groups or other faith-based organizations in your community, which often have outreach programs to help those in need. Accessing these resources isn't a sign of failure. It's a smart and necessary step in securing your future. It requires overcoming any pride or hesitation and proactively seeking out the support that exists. Research what's available in your specific area. Websites, community centers, libraries, or local citizens' advice bureaus are good places to start your search. Make phone calls, ask questions, be persistent. Getting access to eligible benefits can provide a reliable baseline income and significantly reduce your monthly expenses, freeing up your limited funds for other priorities. It's about building a safety net using the resources the community and government have put in place. These resources are there for people like you, in situations like yours, and accessing them is a critical part of the overall strategy. Don't leave potential money or assistance on the table. We've covered the essential steps of aggressively cutting expenses, finding ways to bring in immediate income, leveraging your assets, and actively seeking out available benefits and support. These 4 steps form the practical core of building financial security when you're starting late. They are about creating stability, reducing pressure, and ensuring your basic needs are met. Now, let's move to the 5th step, which is perhaps less about immediate money and more about long-term resilience, well-being, and sustainable living within your means. This is about adopting simple, low-cost strategies and building a strong personal and community support system. Financial security isn't just a number in the bank. It's also about feeling safe, connected, and capable of handling life's challenges. Continuing with the theme of reducing costs long-term, consider simple lifestyle changes, growing some of your own food, even just herbs or a few vegetables in pots, can save money and provide healthy food. Learning basic repair skills can save you from expensive call-out fees. Swapping services with neighbors, offering to help with gardening in exchange for help with a small repair, for example, builds community and saves money. Look for free or low-cost social activities, walking groups, community center events, library programs. Staying active and engaged is crucial for your well-being and often costs very little. This step also involves focusing on your health. Staying healthy is one of the best financial strategies in the long run, as it can prevent expensive medical bills. This means simple, low-cost things like eating nutritious food, which we touched on in budgeting. Getting regular exercise walking is free, and getting enough sleep. Preventive care, like getting flu shots or attending free health screenings, can catch potential issues early. It's an investment in your future that pays dividends in both health and finances. Another aspect of this step is building your personal support system. Being in this situation can be isolating. Sharing your concerns, even if just with one trusted friend or family member, can ease the emotional burden. They might also have practical suggestions or be able to help in small ways. Look for local groups or communities that offer support or simply companionship for older adults. Feeling connected is vital for mental resilience, which you will need as you navigate these changes. Finally, this fifth step is about changing your perspective and embracing a different definition of wealth and security. While having savings is the ideal, not having them doesn't mean your future is devoid of security or happiness. It means your security will be built on different foundations: your ability to live within your means, your resourcefulness, the support of your community, and your own resilience. It's about finding contentment in simpler things, appreciating what you have rather than focusing on what you lack, and finding purpose in your daily life. Perhaps that purpose is found in helping others, pursuing a long-held hobby, or simply enjoying the small moments. So, to recap the path we've walked, we started with confronting the difficult reality by taking a hard look at expenses and slashing them wherever possible, creating immediate financial space. Then, we explored how you can actively bring in more money, even small amounts, by leveraging your skills and experience. We then discussed how to tap into the value of your existing assets, including the potentially significant step of downsizing your home. Following that, we looked outwards to the vital support available through government benefits and community resources, urging you to overcome any hesitation and claim what you are entitled to. And finally, this fifth step is about building long-term resilience through smart, low-cost living, prioritizing your health, nurturing your support network, and ultimately, adjusting your perspective to find security and contentment beyond just financial numbers. These aren't just abstract ideas, they are actionable strategies, and implementing them requires courage, determination, and consistency. It won't be easy, but every single step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to a more secure future. Remember, your age is not a barrier to making positive changes. In fact, your life experience gives you wisdom and resilience that younger people don't have. You have navigated challenges before, and you can navigate this one too. Small changes, consistently applied, truly can make a profound difference to your financial situation and, importantly, to your peace of mind and happiness. It's about taking control back, one deliberate step at a time. I know this is a lot to take in, and it touches on some sensitive areas. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you tried any of these steps? Do you have other ideas or experiences to share that could help others in a similar situation? Your comments could provide invaluable support and inspiration to someone else watching this video. Please feel free to share your insights below. And if you found this information helpful, even just a little bit, please give the video a like. It helps more people who need this information find it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We talk about all sorts of things related to living well and finding security as we get older. And I'd love for you to be part of this community. Now, I promised you something that might surprise you at the end. We've talked a lot about money, income, expenses, and assets, all the practical things. But here's the surprise: while all those steps are necessary, the most powerful asset you have, the one that will truly secure your future and provide peace, isn't listed on a balance sheet. It's your own inner strength, your adaptability, your willingness to learn and change, and the connections you have with others. Financial security provides comfort. Yes, but true security comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes your way, that you are resourceful, and that you are not alone. Building a secure future isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about building a resilient life. And that you already have the capacity to do. Regardless of the numbers in your bank account, focus on the steps we discussed. Yes, but also focus on nurturing your spirit, connecting with your community, and believing in your own ability to create a fulfilling and secure life. Starting right where you are. You are capable of more than you think. Live your best life at every age.